Hello everyone and welcome on this new midweek analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. Of course I have to admit something, that recently we had a bad period with the free signals. Unfortunately the ones that were sending on the free group usually for about 1 week if not more, they are reaching the stop loss, unfortunately. Of course this is not what we want, and as a free channel, the free channel is the way to show you the quality of Xtreme Trader for the non-members. For those who are actually members already, they are thankfully enjoying very good profits for this week at least. As we can see, these are the signals that we have sent yesterday and today, and thankfully almost all of them, except of course for the pound USD, have reached the take profit levels. As we can see, check this out. These are the signals that we have sent, and thankfully today, Tuesday, was 100% in profit. It was a good day and we are very proud of the results, and we are really hoping that the rest of the week is gonna be the same, and hopefully everyone is gonna end up in a very good profit with the Xtreme Trader premium signals. Now again, I'm telling you, usually the first signal that we are sending on the premium is the same that we are sending also for the free. Today, thankfully, the free signal have reached the take profit level. As we can see right here, we have sent right here the free signal for shorting the USD Chf, and thankfully today was a good day, and USD Chf, as we can see right here, has reached the take profit number 1. Very good day, and I'm very happy and proud about the results, because so far we have actually made more than 260 pips of profit, because actually we had recently the CAD JPY has reached the take profit number 3. Now again, I'm just telling everyone, as being very honest, that when we are saying that we have made more than 260 pips, it's very hard for the members to make this amount. Some of them have made 50 pips, some of them have made 100 pips, some of them have made even more than that if they have actually entered multiple trades for each and every signal. Maybe some of them have made more than thousands of pips using our signals. Again, if they have opened, for example, let's say about 5 signals or 5 trades for the USD Chf, right? Or they have made they have opened 6 or 7 trades of the Euro USD, and so on. It's really up to every client how to use these signals. We cannot control them. We are not managing their funds, my friends. We are just sending the signal, and it's up to every client how to manage these signals and how to use them. So anyway, I believe it's gonna be a very profitable and very exciting week for Xtreme Trader Premium Signals. Of course, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Premium Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today and hopefully we will see you there. So as you all guys are aware of, almost the entire signals have failed this week, sadly, and I believe that's not gonna be a problem, because I think many of you didn't even have time to open these trades. The market has actually opened on Monday inside of the safe zone, so for so many signals, as you can see, many of them actually didn't even give you any chance to open the trade, such as the Usdcpy, which was actually the opening, as we can see right here. I think it was 11th of July. Yeah, actually it barely gave us any time. This is the 15-minute time frame, so it barely gave us like less than 2 hours before we can even enter this trade. So I'm not even sure, but I assume that many of you didn't enter this trade. And I think the reason for what happened is the crash of the euro and the rising of the dollar. Of course, it has made a huge role in this in what happened. Everyone now have read in the news that the euro is now equal to the dollar in the value. Now this is actually the first time in the history for this to happen, and of course it is due to the war in Ukraine and between Russia and Ukraine, which have actually affected the energy sources in Europe, and for that it has actually affected the value of the euro. So now it's time to check what we can do with these signals for the remaining days of this week. And let's now begin with the Euro USD. So of course, let's now first start with the Euro USD, as I said, and let's now delete the old signal since it's no longer required, and let's see what we can do next with this pair. So as we can see right here, the market has made today this very strong bearish engulfing candle, and right now the new candle has appeared, since of course right now it's 12:28 AM Dubai time and the new candle has just started. So right now, let me just tell you what we can do here with this. Sorry, this is the candle of Monday. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the candle of Monday, and this is the candle of Tuesday. and this candle is gonna be expired within just 30 minutes from now. So let's now just go to the weekly chart. Let's just get rid of the old signal. Okay. So now by going to the weekly chart, we need to check what happened right here on the left side. This part right here is very important for us to analyze the market, to understand what happened right there. So let's just zoom in right there. As you can see right here, my friends, so we had right here on the weekly chart again a very strong key resistance level at 1.01397, and if we check the recent time, we can notice that the market has indeed managed to break out from that level of a very strong key resistance level. That's interesting. So this level is no more, and the market has finally managed to break out of it. So let's again go back right there, and let's just understand something. We are having right here a very strong key support level, exactly right here, at 0.98692. Now, since that the market has been able to easily break out from that level of a resistance, that means that the final target is going to be right here, the lowest level of the support at 0.98692. And by the way, before analyzing the Euro USD, I have done my homework and I have analyzed the DXY or the dollar index chart. Of course, I do that every single time before I analyze the entire charts. So as I can see it, the dollar is rising, and most likely the DXY is gonna continue climbing its way to reach 109, in my opinion. That being said, I believe that the Euro USD is indeed gonna continue the fall, and the target is gonna be 0.98692. So let's now go to the current time, and now we have identified the target. The target has already been identified right here, so the market is just like 135 pips away from from the target. So let's now decide where exactly we can start shorting the Euro USD. Now, after identifying the target, as I have said earlier, the shorting is going to continue. So therefore, we are having right here on the 4-hour time frame a very strong key resistance level, a support level at 1.00710. And pay attention to how the market has actually made the movement right here. So the bearish breakout was actually very strong, and we can see that the market has indeed managed to create a new resistance exactly right here at the same level of the strongest key support level, which has been broken recently, which means we can actually expect from the market to create a second attempt and reverse it right here. So meaning we are looking to start shorting the Euro USD at the second attempt of the resistance. So therefore, that's going to be, in my opinion, a very good level to start shorting the Euro USD. Add to that we're having right here a resistance trend line, and all I need to do is simply drag the same resistance trend line, the very same line right here, and simply place it right here. Exactly. Check this out. I have placed my line exactly at the nearest support trend line, which has recently been broken out from. So right now we can actually expect from the market to rise again. First of all, it's going to create a resistance number 2 for this resistance. Second of all, that broken support trend line right here is going to become a new resistance trend line. Of course, we need to switch now to the 1-hour time frame so we can see it more clear. Check this out. This was, my friends, the attempt of the support trend line, as I have mentioned earlier. Yes. Oh my goodness. All right, no need. Anyway, let me now please write the signal for you. So there you have it for the Euro USD. Sadly, I need to switch to the weekly charts so you'll be able to see the numbers. But regarding the safe zone, my friends, let me just make sure we can see exactly where we can start shorting from. The short is going to be placed right here as 1.00710. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging for about 54 pips till the market being able to actually break out from that previous support level, which is most likely not going to happen. But before I proceed any more further, I had to say something from the beginning. My friends, we have to pay attention to the upcoming news today. It's going to be a very busy day for the market, and actually we will be having the CPI news for the dollar at 4:30 p.m. Dubai time, 12:30 p.m. GMT time. These news usually affect the market and can actually change the direction of these signals. Of course, it depends on the outcome and the actual forecast. So please pay attention, my friends, to these news. Even on the premium group, we are going to warn our members about these news to close any open trade, because most likely and usually actually they can change the direction of the market. So please pay attention to the fundamentals. Me as extreme trader, of course, we don't take any responsibility for what will gonna happen with the signals upon this news. Again, I'm warning you for millions times. Please be careful, pay attention to the news. Again, they might change the direction of the market, depends of course on the outcome. Anyway, that's everything for the Euro USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the Pound USD. Alright, so of course we have to delete the entire old signal. It's no longer required. And let's see now what we can do next with this pair. Now of course we need to switch now to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart we can see the momentum right here, that the Pound USD is indeed falling. And we can see that the market is indeed respecting that level of a strong key resistance trend line. However, how far do you think the Pound USD is going to continue the fall? The answer lies in the weekly chart. Let's now go to the weekly chart so we can see exactly our target. Now, as you can see right here, my friends, the Pound USD has actually managed to break out from that very strong key support level at 1.21034. That strong bearish candle has actually proven me wrong when I said that we're actually expecting to see inverted head and shoulders pattern. Sadly, that didn't happen, and the Pound USD seems like it's gonna continue the fall. Now, since the market has been able to break out from that very strong key support level, and let's just be specific, exactly right here at 1.19562, it means that the market is indeed gonna continue the fall. So we need to check now on the daily chart. Now this price action, which has appeared recently right here on the daily chart, confirms that the Pound USD is most likely gonna resume the fall. But again, we need to confirm where exactly we can start short the pair. Now let's move to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time, okay, let's go back to the daily chart. I want to show you something that even, actually this is from my understanding of reading the candles. What we are having right here is a broken support trend line just like that. So this was a support. Keep in mind I'm on the daily chart. We are having right here a support trend line and here another support trend line. Meanwhile, we had right here in the middle a strong bearish breakout candle which has broke out from the support trend line. Now all we need to do is simply waiting for the market to rise again, reaching or retesting the same level of a previous support trend line to create a new resistance trend line. Now fantastic. Let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. Now there is your answer. We have to wait for the market to rise again for about 65 pips before we can start shorting. Of course, I'm not gonna wait this much. Most likely we can start shorting the pair sooner than that, just a little bit, just exactly right here. Now why right here? I will tell you why right here. Because we are actually following the trend, and as we can see right here, my friends, we had the resistance trend line just like that. Exactly. Yes, so we will be actually following the trend. Now we can see that the market is actually facing a major strong support level at 1.18857. Now we can expect from the market to rise again. First of all, it's gonna complete the pattern and retest the resistance trend line, and also we are having right here a previous resistance, which is the nearest one to that bearish breakout candle. That's gonna be surely retested, and add to that right here we are having a broken support level. This is a broken support, and this is right here the bearish breakout candle, and according to my strategy, we can actually start shorting right when the market reaches the nearest tail to the bearish breakout candle. So in other words, to be specific, exactly right here, we can start shorting the Pound USD once it retests the broken support level exactly right here. That's gonna be the perfect level to start shorting. However, that's gonna occur after the market rises for about 66 pips. Now if that happens, the target, my friends, has to be right here, the lowest level of the support right here at 1.18144, which means we are actually aiming approximately 137 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone should be ranging just right here, exactly, just to be sure, yes, exactly right here at 1.20132, which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 58 pips. Now of course it's there because if the market has been able to break out from that level of a resistance trend line, it means that this resistance trend line is no longer valid and we can't actually rely on it. So therefore, let me now please write the signal for you. And there you have it. By the way, my friends, I noticed that we are actually in about 13 minutes of the video, and we are just on 2 pairs. So I'm going to proceed quickly on the other signals to save your time until we reach the gold, because we need to make a very good discussion there. So I will go now quickly to the pairs one by one just to save your time. So let's now move to the next pair. Moving to the AUD USD. Okay, so of course let's get rid of the old signal. And as I have said, I will go just quickly between these other 4 pairs. So now if we check the daily chart shows us actually a very strong bearish movement for the AUD USD. And as we can see right here, my friends, this price action usually indicates a bearish continuation. However, this was a very strong key support level which has recently been broken out from at 0.67924, and therefore we can actually expect from the market to create a new resistance once it reaches the same level of the nearest tail to the bearish breakout candle. So now switching to the 1 hour time frame. As we can see, we had right here a very strong key support level, and right now the AUD USD is actually facing right here a previous resistance and might create a new support. And I believe that the pair is going to continue the rise, reaching the same level of the previous support, and then it's going to continue the fall. So therefore we can start shorting the AUD USD right on that level from 0.67924. Now about the target, let's go back to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, we can notice right here that the market is actually facing a previous strong key support level, exactly just right there. This is, my friends, the nearest target for the nearest support for our entry. Thus it is actually our target as 0.66744, which means we are actually aiming approximately 120 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone should be ranging only till the peak of that resistance, exactly just like that, because the market might actually be ranging till it reaches that previous resistance level, and after that it's gonna continue the fall. It's a possibility, but however, I again doubt that it's gonna happen. The safe zone should be actually ranging for higher than that. Yeah, that's actually fine. The safe zone will be ranging for about 54 pips. Meanwhile, the target is about let me just be specific again, 117 pips. Hopefully gonna be in good profit. Let me just now write the signal for you. And there goes your signal for the AUD USD. Let's now move to the next pair, and let's move to the USD Cad. Alright, of course, let's get rid of the old signal of the USD Cad, and let's here check something. We need to go to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, we can notice that the market has been really struggling for a long time to break out from that long-term resistance at 1.30494. But the bullish movement is really strong, and seems like the market has been able to reverse right here at that previous at the previous resistance, and created a new support. Now, it seems to me like actually we're having right here a resistance trend line. And as you can see, my friends, this is the way to draw the resistance trend line. And check this out. We can notice right here that we had right here previously a resistance trend line, and the USD Cad has actually managed to break out from that level of a resistance trend line. Check this out. Which means most likely this was the retest of the broken resistance trend line and created a new support trend line. Now, in my opinion, the USD Cad is actually going to continue the rise. As I have mentioned earlier, the dollar is rising, so we cannot really start shorting against it. There might be some corrections in the market, but eventually the target, the dollar is going to continue the rising for this week. But again, I'm reminding everyone about the CPI news today for the dollar. It might actually change the whole game. I'm wondering how many of you are listening to me right now. I'm sure so many of you just skipping to the signals, not even listening to what I'm saying. Anyway, let me just tell you something. We have right here, as I have mentioned earlier, the strong resistance at 1.30789. Now, we are waiting for the market to break out from that level. If that breakout happens, that's going to be a very good news for us, because we can expect from the USD Cad to continue the rise for about 300 pips till it reaches the resistance at 1.33691. However, that's actually a very far target, and I'm not actually believing in that. Let me just make sure that I'm giving you a more realistic signal. So again, I'm right now on the daily chart. Let's now move to the 4-hour time frame. Now, okay, now that's better. Now on the 4-hour time frame, let's read the candles. Now we're having right here a real level of a support and a fake level of a support. Right here, sorry, a fake level of a breakout. This was a false breakout. This was a false breakout. But 1.29819 is actually a real level of a support. That being said, we can actually expect from the market to fall again right here, create a third attempt of the support, and after that the market is going to continue the rise, climbing its way to break out from that long term of a support resistance. Again, we're having right here a support trend line, as you can see. Exactly. Now we can expect actually from the market to make a pullback. First of all, is going to be retesting that support level. Second of all, is going to be respecting that support trend line, which I have just drawn right here in front of you. And after that, the USD Cad is actually going to continue the rise toward the target at 1.31747, which means we can actually expect to make 194 pips profit from this signal. Again, not so realistic target. I want to reduce that. So I'm going to make my target right here exactly at 1.31107, which is going to be about 125 pips of target. Meanwhile, the safe zone, my friends, let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. The safe zone should be ranging actually just a little bit below that level of a support, exactly right here. Perfect. I lined my line to actually matches up along with this support level and this one right here as well. There is a chance for the market to be ranging there, but however, if that happens, it means that this signal is no longer valid, because it's going to actually exit the support trend line, which is not going to be a good news, of course. The safe zone will be ranging for about 65 pips, I think. Meanwhile, the target is going to be, let me just be sure, 126 pips. Let me now write the signal for you. And there goes your signal for the USD Cad. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the Usdcpy. Of course, we need to get rid of this one. It's no longer valid at all by any means. Anyway, let's now see what we can do, my friends. And I believe it's not that hard actually, because as I have said earlier, we have here a very strong key resistance level at 136.519. Now, most likely the Usdcpy is gonna continue the fall till it creates a second attempt of that support. As simple as that. But however, I really don't like to give these signals, which is really too easy, and I think it's not really so realistic signal. But however, the problem that the Usdcpy has actually reached a very high level. It has reached actually a high level that we have never been there before. If we check right here the chart, my friends, since 2001, the Usdcpy has made a historical breakout from the long-term resistance since 2001 at 135.112. So right now we are literally swimming in the uncharted water. That means that most likely we are looking for a continuation in the momentum. And I think it's very obvious right here that we had a very strong key resistance level at 136.519, and the market has indeed started right now to create the new support. All we can do right now is buying the Usdcpy right on the second attempt of that support. And if of course, if we check the support trend line as well, we can see clearly that it matches up with the analysis, because again, we can expect from the pair to fall again all the way right here. First of all, it's going to create a second attempt of the support, and second of all, is going to of course create the fourth attempt of the support trend line, and hence it's going to continue the rise. So right now we can actually expect from the pair to continue the rise again till at least the peak of the resistance at 137.700. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging just till the lowest level of the support at 135.972, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 54 pips. Meanwhile, the target is about 120 pips. Let me now write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the Usdcpy. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now take a look at the USD Chf, which was the only signal which has worked very well. As you can see, it has went all the way to the take profit level, making 104 pips of profit. But again, I'm not so happy about it. Let's now delete the, of course, I'm not happy because the other signals have failed. But however, let's now delete the signal and let's see what we can do next with the USD Chf. Now it's very important to notice right here on the daily chart, the market is actually making this pattern. And I personally hate this pattern because it cannot really tell us much about how we can expect from the market to continue moving forward. But however, what we're having right now, if I go to the 4-hour time frame again, we can see clearly that we had right here a very strong, exactly right here, a very strong key resistance level, and it was previously a support. If we check this chart right here, if you continue going to the left, we can see clearly that the market has created previously a very strong resistance on the same level. Let me just, yes, exactly right here. Look at that. The market has indeed managed to create a very strong key resistance level right on that level. It is actually just like 72 pips far away from the current price, which is of course not good. So we need to, oh, okay, my good. Let's just go back. I want to create a resistance zone. And this is the zone my friends, right here, exactly just like that. This is the resistance zone. And right now, let's go to the current time. Again, notice that I'm actually explaining very fast because I don't want the video to be so long and so boring. It's already boring. Anyway, as you can see, this is the resistance zone. And that being said, we can see that the market has managed to create right here a new support, which means this is, my friends, where we can start buying again the USD Chf, because right here we have support number 1, and again right here we can start buying the market again at the second attempt of the support. Let me just make my line accurate, exactly just like that. Perfect. So since I have already drawn the resistance zone, the zone is gonna be our safe zone, by the way, which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 45 pips. Meanwhile, the target will be right here, the nearest strong key support level to that bearish breakout candle, because most likely this is where the market's going to, which means we are actually aiming approximately 140 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, as I mentioned earlier, the safe zone is about 45 pips. Let me now please write the signal for you. And there goes the signal for the USD Chf. Let's now move to the next pair. And let's of course move to the gold. Now let's delete the old signal. Of course, my friends, it's no longer valid. Now the gold is actually very sensitive for what's going on. Again, I'm telling you, we will be having today the core CPI news. Usually these news actually affect the market so bad. So we have to consider that this signal which I'm going to give you right now might not work for long term. For the long run, I mean, you have to pay attention to the news, my friends. I'm not saying that what I'm going to give you right now is useless, but however, it's gonna be the final direction for the gold, at least I know that. But there might be some corrections which actually might affect the direction of the signal for some time before the market continue moving in the desired direction. However, let's now check the gold and let's see what we can do with this pair. So as you can see right here, exactly right here at, let me just be specific, exactly at 1746.09, we can notice that the market has created right here a very strong key resistance level. This level of a resistance is very strong, and as you can see, it has actually been a very strong support level for a long time. Remember, I'm actually talking about the weekly chart, which means we are talking about every single candle represents a whole week. So we are talking since February 2021, the market made all these attempts of a support. Finally, the gold has managed to break out from that level of a support, which means we cannot skip that level of a support. And since we can see that the market has created previously a resistance there, it means that we can safely buy the gold right from there. Now let's go to the daily chart. Again, check this out. The market has indeed created here a very strong resistance, as I have mentioned earlier. That resistance right here represents the retest of that broken support level, which means the gold right now is actually facing right here a support zone, if we can say so. However, we can expect from the gold to again make another pullback for about 200 pips before we can start shorting it again. Don't worry guys, for the gold this is nothing. It can happen in just 15 minutes. So we will actually be hoping for another pullback so we can start shorting the gold from the perfect level. As I can see, the gold actually most likely is going to continue the fall, and the safe zone should be ranging just till here. The peak of the resistance, let me just go back to the daily chart, to the weekly chart, sorry. The safe zone should be ranging just till the peak of the previous resistance at 1760, and we will be shorting the pair at 1744.55. But what I wanted to say is the final target for the gold is going to be about 553 pips. This strong key support level is going to be our target. I believe the gold is going to continue the fall till it reaches that level, not anytime sooner. So that being said, my friends, let me now please write the signal for you. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the gold. I have to remind you again, since I know many of you have skipped the video, my friends, today we will be having the core CPI news, sorry, the CPI news for the dollar. This news affects the market so badly and can actually change the direction of these signals. There might be some corrections happens, but I believe the signals is going to be going in the right direction. Eventually they will go in the right direction. But again, please pay attention to the news. They can affect the signals very badly. So until then, I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.